Hey everyone, I'm Katrina, and in this video I'm giving my review on Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. So if you haven't watched it, spoiler alert. So one of my best friends have been trying to get me to watch Naruto for years. I want to say maybe 3, 4 years, and I've always turned it down. I did watch the first episode some years ago. I don't know why it didn't click that time, but I never watched it again. So, um, somebody really close to my heart had me watch it with him last year. And from episode one, when I rewatched it, it was so much different. It was a different experience. And maybe because he generally was just very excited about me watching it, but I loved it. I loved the storytelling in episode one. I loved how I automatically was rooting for Naruto from the very beginning. I was just like, poor kid, he's being bullied. Nobody wants to be his friend. It's not his fault. This is going on. And when he did the whole bunch of shadow clones, by the end of that episode, I was hooked. So it got to a point where every time I was with Max, since that's who it is, we would watch it often, or even now during quarantine, we finished up during quarantine watching it through Facebook chat. So he would play it and share the screen so I can watch it, and then I can react and everything to it. So we watched all 500 episodes of Shippuden. We watched all of the episodes in the first Naruto series, and this is actually one of my top favorite shows of all time. Usually when I watch shows, I like the first season, like the second season, like third season, and by the fourth season, fifth season, they then did something different. Either an actor's not there anymore, or the story's just not written that well, and I don't really love the show as much as I would have loved the other seasons. So it's like that season right before things get off, or before it goes off air, whatever the case may be. It just doesn't seem like the same amount of love and effort was put into it. It's like they rush it with a lot of shows. Hence why people hated Game of Thrones, or how I felt about Leverage, or how I felt about My Wife and Kids. I felt like just you can make it great for us fans who are fans. But before I go on a tangent about that, um, truly one of my top 10 favorite shows, and I didn't think I would ever feel that way about anime. I have watched anime before. Death Note's one of my favorite ones. I watched Claymore. I've been getting into other ones. I started My Hero Academia, so I have to finish it before I give a review on it. But there are other animes I really enjoy. I really love Death Note. I really love Claymore. But Naruto, from beginning to end, I absolutely love. Um, a lot of the characters I didn't like right away. I wound up loving. So one of my first characters I really, really did not like was Gara. I was the person Max would always tell me that I was the person who felt like this was like Harry Potter, and that the Hidden Leaf Village was like Hogwarts. And I always looked at it as Naruto was the main character. So if you're hurting the main character, I didn't like you. So when Gara was sitting there talking all his crap, and he from the sand, he got this little sand barrel thingy going on, I was very upset with him. I didn't like him too much. I was just like, you know what, Garrett, ill. Naruto's gonna kick your ass. That's just my mindset. So when he was pretty much the whole first, before I get into that, the scene with Rock Lee and Gara. Rock Lee earned so much respect for me. I felt he was one of those annoying guys who don't know how to take no for an answer when you tell them no, and then they're gonna keep bothering you. Oh, I love you. And so that was how Rock Lee was with Sakura. She was clearly not interested, but he was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna win your heart." And while it was cute to an extent, I didn't like it. But anyway, I gained so much respect for Rock Lee at that match at the training exams with him and Gara. I felt Rock Lee had no other things going for him outside of his Tenjutsu, and he was able to pretty much almost kick his ass until Gara almost killed him. And I gained so much respect for Rock Lee because of that, because I was like, yo, if that is not one of the most things you need to preach to keep giving up and not excuse me, oh my god, to not give up, Jesus, to not give up and to keep trying to do what people think you can't do. I love that so much. So I earned so much respect for Rock Lee. But Gara's character development from beginning to end was amazing. he was also Jukuri like Naruto, but he was a bit of an asshole, and he had this like he was empty feeling, so he would just kill things. And while I understand the place he came from, the village of the sand, the people were crappy, and let's be real, they were assholes. They were his, it wasn't his fault that this was placed upon him. It wasn't his fault that he was stuck with the first tales. I think that's I don't want to like fuck up names. So if I don't say some names, this is why I don't want to fuck it up. So it wasn't his fault. So to have him go from being this person who was just like so mean and so pretty much was like he really gave no shits, to when Naruto battled him with him and Sasuke, and Naruto was like still going, like laid on the floor, he was like, you're not gonna hurt Sakura, you're not gonna hurt Sasuke, that type of thing. um I respected how he became one of Naruto's closest friends. I respected how he saw himself as like, I can have friends, I can be better than this person. So I felt like he had one of the best character arcs. He had one like a really developed storyline from beginning to end, and he became one of my close favorites. Now I'm bringing him up because I'm wearing my Kakashi shirt, but Kakashi is that dude. I will argue anybody. I don't care. Like Kakashi is that dude. Like, if you need somebody and you need to beat somebody up in the streets, you go for Kakashi. It like everybody knew he was the copy ninja. Everybody knew who he was, and he's freaking amazing. I'll tell you why he's amazing. So one, he reads. And granted, he reads Jiraiya's books, and Jiraiya can be a little bit of a perv, and we all knew that. He reads. It is a sexy thing for a man to read. He was reading his books, mad work. He reading it, like walking and everything. And I am a big reader. I am a big book person, book nerd all day. So he gave like a whole bunch of love for the fact that he can read. That was like one of my. I was like, oh my god, he reads books. So then he was really freaking dope. So he had the Sharingan, and why by the end I did realize why he had it, and how he attained it and all that stuff. He was dope. He was quick. He didn't have to be mad dramatic. He just like he did his thing and he dipped. And I love a character that can be chill and still be dope as fuck. And he was dope. So excuse my cursing. I love Kakashi. So his Chidori, his mask covering his face. Like if when quarantine, like people joking about wearing the mask when quarantine, like no, you're gonna be just like Kakashi. So when this quarantine ends, I can go to a con or something. Kakashi all day. I'm gonna probably just cosplay as Kakashi because he's so freaking dope. Granted he didn't really teach Naruto some of the other stuff Naruto learned on that was Jiraiya, but he was one of his first teachers. He was the reason why they kind of got the whole teamwork to get together, and he was around the reason why Naruto decided to, why he saw Sasuke as a rival. He also learned that he felt that was his friend during the time he was a Kakashi. So I really love Kakashi. He's actually one of my favorite. He's probably my favorite character of all. I really like some of the Hidden Leaf people I'm going to mention. Shakamaru, Choji. I would even say, Kiba and Shino, they were okay, and Neji. I'm going to tell you why. So the reason why I like Shakamaru, because not only was he really nice to Naruto, like he wasn't like one of the people that was really bullying Naruto when he was a kid. He was super, and he's also very laid back, super lazy, and I know people like that, so it was like pretty cool to kind of see that, play out on itself. But he was legit one of the few people that was like always kind of down with Naruto, and I mean down where he really wasn't participating under the shit that he did. I also like Choji, and I great respect for Choji, Naruto, and Shakamaru, especially when they went to go to get Sasuke back from the Sound People. And the reason why I'm calling the Sound People because I don't care about them. They're not that important. Okay? I really respected them when they was trying to get Sasuke back, and I had to go against the Sound guys. And the solo parts, like I first thought they were, let's be real, I thought they was gonna die. I was crying every time they got to one of them, and then Neji went down, and Choji went down, and Shakamaru almost went down. I was a whole hot ass mess, and like Kiba was there too, and I felt bad because the poor doggy. Oh my god, I'm gonna say his name wrong. Somebody's gonna probably get me in the comments, and I'm sorry. But the dog that Kiba had is so cute, and I felt so bad. I was like, oh my god, the dog. So I cried that whole time. Like I watching those episodes, I was a whole mess. I was crying, and I was being laughed at because I was crying and I was like, yo, F this show, because why are they doing this to me? I grown so much to appreciate the side characters that Naruto have. So that's one of the things I really liked about Naruto. Let's see. I love Jiraiya. Jiraiya's death broke my heart. I was broken, absolutely broken. Um, I hated that Nagato was the reason, and why overall it was Madara and Abuto and all that crap. Nagato's the one who was on controlling pains, and he was the one controlling his Rasengan. So he was responsible for Jiraiya's death. So when Nagato died and he came all nice and shit, that's nice. And you brought back Kakashi when I thought he was dying. I almost like flipped the screen because I almost like flipped the TV because of that. Because how dare you do that to Kakashi? How dare you? But I was devastated. Like I had to take a minute. I couldn't watch for a few days because I was hurt that they did Jiraiya dirty. They did him dirty. Like even if he was pretty sage, it don't matter. He was that guy also. And they did him dirty. And I knew, and see, as I'm a writer, so if you didn't know, I write. And as a writer, there are certain things writers do when they want you to know something. It's called foreshadowing. And they were foreshadowing like fuck. Those 2 episodes right before he died, like, I knew he was dying. And granted, it got spoiled for me, but I wasn't sure when it was going to come. But when this episode, I kept saying, why y'all doing all this? Like, y'all trying to tell me he about to die now. He's dying soon. And I really was really upset about that. I was just like, okay, this is, y'all just gonna break my heart. I was heartbroken, and I know this happened way before, and I'm late to the party. And stuff, I'm late, I get it. I understand all that. I was really freaking upset, because it was just like, but no, Jiraiya's so dope. And like, Naruto didn't even know right away, and I was like, oh my god, poor Naruto, I want to hug him, I want to make sure he's okay. I was very hurt that Jiraiya died. I don't understand why they had to kill him off. I'm still mad about it, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I just was really like choked up about that. So anyway, Jiraiya's death hurt me. Asuma's death hurt me. I also knew his death was coming. It's like they kept giving us mad background information about him with his boo, and him talking to Shakamaru, and I was like, anytime writers do these things, they're gonna die. It's usually like this is what we do, and this is not me telling all the secrets. It's just like a trick. Like sometimes you want to tell something before it happens, just foreshadow a bit. So, yeah, I was really hurt that he was died. Shakamaru's response broke me. I was crying about him. I cried about Jiraiya. And I'm not even going to talk about Neji because let me tell you why Neji bothered me. Neji was supposed to be really dope. Actually, when I first started watching it, I was like, oh, I'm for Naruto and Kakashi. That was my top first 2. And Max kept telling me, oh, Neji's dope. So I was like, oh, no, he's going against Naruto. So, F him. I don't care. And then I wound up appreciating him. And I also like the little banter between him and Tantan and Rock Lee. I don't know. Neji is like me. Like, he was always just like, okay, we're not going to do this. Like, no, we're not doing this type of thing. He was me. Okay, that was been my responses to half the stuff he used to say. That was me. So I appreciated him. Like, if he was a homie or something, I would definitely have him, like, we probably get along because you have that, like, why are we doing this foolery right now? So I was very hurt that they killed him off during the Third War. I hated that I knew he was going to die too. They kept giving little side information, but then when he saw the face and he went to go for Hinata, and I understand why Hinata did it. Sis, I am also a firm believer in you be useful and not have somebody have to come and save your ass. And she got saved and Neji died. And I do like Hinata, but I'm still very, very, very hurt about Neji dying. So, like, he didn't deserve that. He deserved better. I don't know what body they put in that little grave thing because his body was laying there and the whole battlefield was destroyed. How did his body survive that? I'm assuming it's just a memorial. I'm gonna hope because they didn't really explain. But I was really upset. I hate it. I'm still really hurt, guys. I'm sorry. I'm hurt. So I wound up appreciating Gar. I appreciated Rock Lee, my guy. I really appreciated Hinata's growth with regards to why she did still love Naruto, and I did hate that it was so much emphasis on all the women characters except for Tsunade. And I can't say that because Tsunade was still mourning the fact that her brother died and then her boo died, and I didn't like that because while she did change by the time she became Hokage, it was so much focus on the fact that men left her, and I really wasn't a fan of that. I wasn't a fan that half the women characters were all about the men and not about themselves, and it was like they was always trying to impress a man, and I hated that so much because you can be dope without depending on the man, or you can be dope. You can still like your guy and be dope without and be like, I can do this. I don't really need you. I can do this. We just gonna be good together, kind of thing. Like the Neo Fabulous song, like the "Be a Force Together." They're just, if you don't know that, I'm sorry. It's a song. So anyway, I didn't like that, but I did like the fact that she always loved him and she was willing to put her life on the line in regards to this was her showing that she wasn't the weak person that Neji thought she was, or pretty much everybody else thought she was in the very beginning. So I like that. So I'm gonna talk about the homies, and just when I call somebody the homies, they're the guys that I appreciate, but I don't really know their names, but they the homies. So there's three guys in Naruto that they were homies. It was the guy with the toothpick, with the bandana tied backwards, and he was at the training exams. He was the homie. I appreciated him from the beginning. I was like, yo, this is the homie, don't you do nothing to the homie, okay? And then there was the other two guys that was with Asuma when he died, and they were also from the very beginning. And one has like the spiky hair, and he has like a headband, and he has like, they have like weapons that kind of interchange with each other. So those guys are really freaking dope. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know why they were dope. It's just that they were always like the homies. Like, if you need somebody to ride out with you, you call them. They were the homies. And I know that sounds really weird because I really don't remember their names. So I am sorry, really diehard Naruto fans. I apologize. I do not know their names. But they were so freaking dope. I went to the end. I was like, as something happened to the homies, me knowing their name or not, I'm going to flip something. Something getting flipped. I'm gonna be like, F this show again. I'll watch it, but I'm gonna be F this show, because that's always my response. Just like, this show just pissed me off. So, I love the homies. I loved Killer Bee, and only because I hated that they made him rap, like, all the time. Because I was like, why does the black guy gotta always rap? But he was actually, I like that he always respected Naruto from the very begining. And I'm always, like I said, I'm a Naruto person. This is Naruto's show. It should be only about him. Yes, we could have, the other people, but this is Naruto's story. So, kind of like about The Walking Dead. Well, that's a whole other story I don't want to get into because I will rant. But another person that I really liked was Itachi from Akatsuki. He was. So in the beginning, I just know he was with them and he was Sasuke's brother, and that was it. It was like little pieces here and there, and that he killed the Uchiha clan, and then he killed his family, and it was this big deal. But when you get to his part of his story, when they tell you why he did it, I loved him so much for that. Like, you saved your brother, you did it because you had to. You was pretty much being a spy, kind of like Snape was in Harry Potter, and I make Harry Potter references a lot. I'm sorry, Potterhead. I love Itachi. I hated Sasuke. I hated Sasuke. Sasuke sucks. And I will say this to anybody who tried to debate me about this. Sasuke sucks. Itachi should have lived and Sasuke should have died. I'll tell you why. Itachi did all this at a very young age. He was like 16 years old, had to kill his whole family, had to kill the clan, and live as a villain for the rest of his life for the Hidden Leaf. Okay? And he was so freaking dope. His visual prowess was so dope. His Sharingan was dope. He did all these things for Raggedy Sasuke, and then they killed him. And especially when he did the little pluck and he just fell to the floor, and I was like, wait, why? I was again, this is one of the scenes where I was done with the show for a bit, and I had to take a couple of days because I was just so we're gonna do this to Itachi? Itachi's amazing. I want this figure I saw of him, and I'm gonna get it because he's so freaking dope. He is now a background of my Facebook, and he's on my PlayStation profile because he's so freaking dope. Itachi was dope. They killed him off, and I hated that. And I hated that Sasuke's raggedy self had to be alive. I'll tell you why Sasuke is raggedy. Sasuke was all angry about his mom and dad dying, and that's understandable anger. You kill your dad, you brother, kill your parents is a fucked up thing to be involved in. I understand that. I get that. It's oh, this is really messed up. I get it. I understand. But when he got over that fact, and he was mad that Naruto was better because Naruto's better, he just kept I'm gonna be more powerful. He used people. He used Achimaru. Not Achimaru Kabuto, which we knew they were using him. We knew. But he was still using people. He used his buddies, Karen, and the other two guys, I can't think of their names right now. He used them. And to get more powerful and do what he wanted to do. So this is what really cinched me really not liking Sasuke. So when I had that first battle, at the battle between the first Hokage and Madara, and he was saying that, cut the ties, yada, yada, yada. And it was, I will say, even though he said he beat him, I will say it's a stalemate because Naruto really was not trying to hurt him. He was just trying to break him back. So I won't say he beat him there, but it was like from then on he just became a piece of shit. Like I just ugh. I hated the way he was with Sakura. I don't know why she was like, oh, Sasuke. And I'm just like, stop it, sis. Stop it. You don't need Sasuke. You don't need Sasuke. You do not need Sasuke. She was just so worried about, like, his approval and him. Like, and I just, like, no, he was emo and depressed and angry for no reason. So, anyway, that was one thing. But then I hated the way he was with Sakura. I hated that, Naruto, he was still being a little smarty pants, like, oh, I don't really need you, but, And then even when he kind of turned a new leaf, like when Itachi spoke to him and told him what was happening and why he did it when Kabuto brought Itachi back and Itachi had to end it, despite Itachi is dope as well. Even after he said all that and found the truth, he still was just like, oh no, well, I'm going to be Hokage so I can run it my way. And I'm like, bro, so you just see all this happening right now with Madara and Obito, and you see all this happening in the very first thought in your head is I'm still be Hokage, like fuck it, like Itachi didn't teach you nothing. You learned nothing from Itachi's death. You learned nothing from Itachi dying again, or like his spirit going into a better place. I'm assuming because he like made his amends. Whatever happened, I'm not sure. But the point is, you learned nothing. Really, Sasuke? Really? Like, guys, it's just Sasuke made me want to punch him in his face, in his throat, and kick him somewhere. Like he needed to get a Chidori to himself and die. That's the way Sasuke made me feel. He just upset me so much. Also, when they finally got rid of, the first woman who got rid of, because I don't know her name, the woman who got rid of all, she was the reason why there was all the chakra, and she was all evil, and her sons had to kind of like, her son was the reason why Naruto and Sasuke got the extra powers to fight her. He did all that with Naruto. They did save the world, and the first thing he says after that is, I gotta kill Naruto. And I'm like, bro, so you learned nothing. Again, you learned nothing. Like, Naruto sitting here worrying about, oh, my brother, my friend, and you was just this random guy who gave no craps about him. Like, so we just go, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. All right, Sasuke, this is what we're doing right now, Sasuke. You just really don't care. You don't care about Naruto. You don't care about him. How is he your, like, I just need to slap Naruto too. If I could slap him, like, Naruto, bro, he ain't your friend. He ain't your friend at all. He ain't your friend. Because he didn't care. And, like, even at the end when they fought and he was like, oh, why don't you go down? I'm like, bro, he trying to tell you he don't want to kill you. That you the homie for life. Like, he'll die for you. And you still trying to kill Naruto. And I'm just like, nobody find anything wrong with this? Sasuke is a whole B-I-T-C-H. A whole one. I don't want to say the word. That's what he is. Sasuke, F you. Okay? Like, if you was real and I meet you, I'll tell you the same thing. I don't like you. You was whack for that. You was completely whack. And I just started watching Naruto, mind you. And he's even better than I was like, oh, you a deadbeat too? So we're just like, oh, all right, no, you just, if something changes between now and I finish, maybe, okay, then I correct myself. But as of right now, he's a deadbeat. Like, bro, you can try to make every excuse in the world why you can't come back to the village as if you wasn't forgiven. You was forgiven already. Your child is like 10, I'm guessing. I don't know, whatever age she is right now. And you just, oh, my wife. But bro, why aren't you not home with your wife and your child? Why should you know that? How do you not recognize your daughter's face? That upset me so much. I was like, bro, so you a shitty friend, a shitty husband, shitty all around. Just. So Sasuke's overrated. I don't like Sasuke. I don't care what anybody says. I don't like him. Okay? He does not deserve all the praise you guys gave me before I started watching. Like, oh, Sasuke's great. No, a lie. He's whack. Whack, whack, whack. Naruto deserves better. So, overall, I went to like a whole rant. Overall, I really, really, really enjoyed Naruto. It is definitely one of my top 10 favorite shows of all time. I don't know if I'll watch it again anytime soon because it was 500 episodes of Shippuden. And then the actual first half of Naruto, I don't remember, but there's a lot of episodes in that too. So, I don't know if I'll watch it again anytime soon, but I definitely will because it's amazing. It's amazing storytelling, amazing writing. They do need to work with some of the girl characters, and I hope animes take lessons from that. And I do believe Sakura, I just want to say Sakura is weak. I'm telling you why. She didn't learn stuff from Tsunade, and physically she was strong, and that is great. But she, again, was way too wrapped up in Sasuke, way too wrapped up in times when she was really needed. She messed up. And I'm like, I get it. I'm somebody who's very emotional, and I'll cry very easily all the time. But, like, when you gotta do what you gotta do, you're gonna have to, you can do the tears and still do what you gotta do with tears. She was not, and it made me mad. I didn't like that. So, but she's not Sasuke. Sasuke, really, I don't like him. I don't see the big deal. Like, Sasuke need to get flipped somewhere. flipped. But anyway, overall, I really, really did enjoy the show. I is one of my top 10 favorites, and I hope if you wasn't like into anime like how I really wasn't into it, I feel like maybe start with Naruto and you probably will be. It's freaking amazing. It's a great show, and I will forever be grateful for being introduced to it. For it, because it literally, like, I'm so like now I understand all the memes. I like feel like it's like so embedded in my life now that it's like, oh, I'm gonna add this to my collection, my Funko collection. I'm gonna do this, and this. So again, great show. Solid. If you're giving it out of 5, I'll give it 5 stars. And if you haven't watched Naruto, please do. And if you have, please go tell me in the comments your favorite part, your favorite character, whatever it may be. And I'll meet you there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.